John was barely 1 year old when life first took something from him. His father died suddenly, leaving behind a silence so deep it echoed through the years. It left unanswered questions and a young mother who didn't know how to survive grief with a child in her arms. Not long after, his mother remarried. From that marriage, John's little sister was born. But life didn't soften, it became heavier. The new family never truly felt like a family. Eventually, John and his sister were left at their grandmother's house, while their mother went on to build a new life with her husband. Their grandmother didn't have much. No wealth, no comfort, but she had a heart big enough to raise two broken children. She struggled, but she never complained. She loved them in the ways parents are supposed to, filling the gaps with unwavering care. Their mother visited once a year. Smiles were exchanged, promises were made, and then, just as quickly, she left again. Each departure was a quiet reminder of what they didn't have. Years passed in this rhythm of absence and quiet survival. Then, in the 10th grade, the truth shattered what little peace they had left. They discovered that the man they thought was their stepfather had murdered their real father. The truth didn't just hurt, it destroyed something inside John. The betrayal was absolute, rewriting his entire past into a story of unimaginable darkness. A few years later, his mother called. She asked him to come live with her, saying he was old enough now, but John refused. "She didn't raise me," he said, his voice firm. "My grandmother did." The bond with the woman who gave him life was severed, replaced by loyalty to the woman who gave him a life. Life, however, didn't get kinder. His sister passed away. The only person who truly understood his pain, who had walked the same broken road, was gone. John was adrift. No parents, no home, only the relentless need to survive. Pain became his normal. Loneliness became his familiar companion. He moved through the world like a ghost, expecting nothing, asking for nothing, and then she entered. His life, his future wife, didn't come to fix him. She didn't try to solve the puzzle of his past or erase his scars. She came to see him. She saw the quiet boy who never learned how to ask for help. She saw the man who had learned to live without expecting love, and instead of questioning his wounds, she held them gently. With her, John felt something entirely unfamiliar: hope. For the first time, life didn't feel like a sentence he had to endure. It felt like something that could grow, something that could be beautiful. After they married, everything changed. Their home wasn't built on a fantasy of perfection. It was built on a foundation of understanding. It was a safe harbor in the storm he had always known. Soon, they had children, a son and a daughter, and John became the father he never had. Because he knew what absence felt like, he chose presence. Because he knew what neglect felt like, he chose overwhelming love. Every hug he missed as a child, he gave twice to his kids. Every kind word he never heard, he spoke to them gently. He was determined to break the cycle. Years later, his mother, widowed again, returned. This time, John didn't carry anger, only a distance healed by time. He had built his own world, one where her absence no longer left a gaping hole. Life moved forward. As John grew older, sickness slowly began to weaken his body. But in his weakness, something beautiful happened. His children never left his side. The same man who once faced the world completely alone was now surrounded by the love he had so carefully created. His son held his hand, a quiet pillar of support. His daughter rested her head on his chest, her presence a gentle comfort, and his wife stayed strong, just as she always had, his anchor until the very end. John took his last breath, knowing one thing for sure: love hadn't abandoned him. It arrived late, yes, but it stayed. It had found him in the dark and walked him into the light. And in the end, the boy from a broken family became the man who built one. The love he gave so freely to his wife and children was the very love that came back to hold him as he left the world. His legacy wasn't one of pain, but of healing. It was the powerful, undeniable proof that a life that starts with loss can end with an abundance of love.